Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, good afternoon, good evening, whatever you are. Well, it's not actually morning today. A bit later today, the show. I apologize for that. I have some other obligations that I had to be away from the charge. Anyway, so I'm back. I'm here. So let's put some music on and let's get things going. Where's the music? Here is the music. Right, cool. Okay, so today, Monday, a bloody Monday, right? Too much bloodbath. Right, okay. What is going on? Let's have a look. Let me see that I have my chat app. Make sure I don't miss any of your messages. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all good. Right, let's have a look and see what's going on. We had a major dive, right? Yesterday, for the members that we spoke on Sunday morning, we did say that we're expecting to lose the top of the range and come in and visit down the 50% of the range. Okay, so if I zoom in a little bit, this is the action that we're expecting to see. We're expecting to see that, it's dropping all the way to the 50. So we see a little bit pause there that happened, late Sunday afternoon or evening, my time. Okay. And after that, it went even further down. We lost the 50% of the range, and we also lost the 50% of the gangster fib. Okay, so we reached the bottom of the range. So this morning, we've seen that withdraw a little bit. It did a small rally. Okay, so it came up to this area, and that was the time that I did the morning show, the Greek show. And I said, now what we need to see that we're going slowly and build it up towards the 50% of the fib, and then eventually to target the 50% of the range. And this is what it's doing now. Okay, if you go to the Greek version, you're going to see at least the drawings. Okay, I'm sure that the Greek is going to sound all Greek to you. You won't make any sense out of it, but this is what we're expecting to go back at least to the 50% of the range, and now we're past that. So let me fix one or two things here. Give me 1 second. Try to get things done. So let me have a look. Yeah, everything is looking good. Okay, right. Okay, cool. So I've got everything up and set up. I just want to make sure that everything is going to be looking good. I want to make sure that I broadcast the messages that you sent me so everyone can see. So hello, Satoshi. Thank you for being here. She's our moderator. Please welcome. You can also find her on Discord. Good afternoon, magnificent people. Good afternoon. Right, okay, so that's about the messages here. So let's have a closer look on Bitcoin. What it's doing is really pushing to the upside, which is good. This is what we are expecting. This is what we're going to be happy with. Right, so all good. So if you want to be interested to break down the internal zone, okay, we're more than welcome to do so. So here it is. I'm gonna remove the templates. I'm going to just stick to basic stuff. So here it is. So roughly what we can see that we found a rejection of the 50% between the internal Fibonacci zone. Okay, so what we may experience right now is going to come back a little bit, maybe, right, at the 50, and then it's going to push forward. This is not about trying to guess what is going to happen. We see that we have this liquidity grab. It went all the way down to the bottom of the range, and then it came back. So you have a low, and then you have a high low. Okay, so here's your low, first high low, second high low. So that was a good, let's say, cheeky early entry. And then we can see later on in the day how things will progress. And let's zoom out a little bit. So for those that are joined now and they want to see, they wanted to see what they can do from now on, you just need to make sure as time win. Let me expand that to the left. Here it is. Okay, here we are. So here it is. So you can see all the levels when you break them down. You can see, how the price action is reacting to these levels. So I'm quite happy with that. I know that I'm hitting the 50% of the internal range. So it's like 99,000. So if someone wants to go in, I will say that wait first to come and claim this level for you to go higher. Okay. On another scenario is for you to wait and come down a little bit, right, to the 50% of the range. The gray box is the range. So either you're going to wait and see that it's going to stay above the 50% of the range, and then you can go and push, further up. Because we have the US session right now open, so it does make, giving you an idea. It's giving you like a FOMO thing that you missed it. Don't FOMO in, okay? Whatever you do, don't FOMO in. Make sure that you control your emotions, and make sure that you're going to see some confirmation staying above the 50%, because right now it's quite tricky. Okay, it's a bit tricky for you to get in right now. So make sure that you hold a little bit, and either you're going to see a small retracement and make sure that you find a new area of support to turn around, or make sure at least it goes above the resistance, okay, to flip this resistance into support. Hello everyone. I see your messages. Welcome to the stream. The market looks bullish. Yeah, it looks, thanks to the US. Mexico rates paused. Okay, we have another one. We need to see, what Canada's gonna do. Okay, that's cool. Right, so that's another message here. And sorry about that. That was my phone. Right, okay, so carry on. Now, this is like down to the 22 minutes, okay? Before I carry on, I want to show you something, okay? Which now and then we need to, keep on remember ourselves that we need to see a little bit higher time frame. So let's go a little bit quickly to the weekly and see what happened, okay? Just a little bit to see. Last Friday, it was the last, working day. Okay, so we said that it's more likely, because it's the end of the week and also the end of the month, that we're going to see a dive. Okay, because contracts expire, so we're going to see a push to the down. To be honest, on Friday I said that most likely we will see sitting around 50% of the range. That'll be cool, but no, it decided to go all the way down to the bottom of the range. Now it's pushing back. Okay, so it's pushing back. So they've done a major clear out, a major market check out, right? So it kicked a lot of the longs, and now it's pushing higher. Okay, but let's have a look on the weekly on the indicators. Okay, so now and then, every time I do my TA, my morning update, I always go to higher time frames for me to see what's going on. And I want you all to see that, stochastic RSI is trying to reset, okay? So it's pushing the price to go further down, okay? So these should not be any surprise to us, okay? And if I go to the monthly one, you can see that we have a divergence. Okay, I spoke about this before. I spoke that on Sunday that we are currently printing a bearish divergence. Okay, the price is going high. Okay, so I have a high, I've got a high. So the price action is moving upwards where the indicator is moving downwards. Okay, I've got a lower high. So when these two go opposite, so we know this is a hidden bearish divergence. This is something that we need to pay attention. Okay, we need to be careful, but this is a monthly time frame, and the same thing happens on a 45-day. Okay, on the 45-day time frame, we still have a bearish divergence. This is a previous high. That's the previous high on the indicator. On the top here, we got a new high. When on the indicator we have a low high. So again, we have a divergence. We need to be a little bit cautious for the next, let's say, 45 days. Okay, a month or two. We need to be a little bit careful because each candle is 45 days. So for something to print, let's say, another 2 candles, you understand that it needs a month and a half. Okay, so we got some plenty of time, but we need to be a little bit cautious, a little bit careful. So going back to the 12 hours, right, we can see what happened here. So when it dropped on on the past days, you can see here on Friday it started dropping. You can see that we had a cross down. Stochastic RSI was pushing all the way down, pushed all the way down, and then we have a new cross up. Okay, RSI is turning around. Okay, this is a 12-hour, and also we have ASO negative, which is the silver color, that is trying to turn around. Okay, this is the early signs that's trying to turn around. I would like to see more continuation to the drop. Okay, but anyway, ASO is the most lagging ones. So I have the stochastic RSI, a cross up, is trying to push higher. That is good. So in general, it looks bullish. It's trying to recover what happened from yesterday. So now we have the Monday open, which is a new month, the new week, the new day for US. Okay, so now they're reacting and pushing further up. All good so far. Okay, now what we need to pay attention, we need to make sure that now that we passed above the 50% of the range, okay, I need to make sure that I stay above the 50%. Okay, I'm going to say that again. We need to make sure that we stay above the 50% to be bullish, to target again the top of the range. Behind us, okay, behind us we have, okay, imbalance, okay, a new fresh imbalance that was created today. Okay, so that is something that we need to pay attention, that maybe in the future the price will come back to bring the rebalance and then continue further up if it wants to continue. Okay, but it's good, solid news that it wants to recover very quickly. Right, good morning everyone. Kalimera. Okay, Greek is on fire. Good. Hello everyone. I think Nowhere Bear, you're not going to use the AI now, aren't you? You're going to keep the English going. Right, cool, good stuff. Kalimera everyone. Good day everyone. So go to a smaller time frame. Let's go down to 22 minutes and let's have a look and see what is going on. On the 22 minutes you have kind of the W formation, right? Look at that. Okay, so this is a kind of, the lows. You have a low, you have a high low, a second high low. This is kind of early sign of, reversal, and we're trying to push higher. This is all good. This is all nice and good. All we need to make sure that, we stay above the 50% of the range. Before, let me bring that again. So we had another breakdown and we just sitting, the upper, above the 50% of the range. We're sitting, the another 50% internal structure. Okay, so this is the 50%. We need to pass above this. Okay, if not, then most likely it's going to come back to the big 50% of the range, and then it's going to come back later. So all good so far. Okay, we're taking things level by level. Everything's looking good. Okay, 90 minutes is just fine as a time frame, and we can have a look very quickly and see what is going on with dominance. Let's bring up the dominance. Here's the dominance. We had a deviation, and that was a good sign that we had on the previous week, last week. It was a good one. We had a retest, it failed to go above, it was coming down, and we said, okay, everything's going to look good, when we're going to break above the 56. And I said, remember, it's a red zone, it's a tough one, but when it's going to crack and break structure, then we're going to have the beginning of the alt season, and this is what we were expecting. But no, it decided to hold above the 50% and even push further up. Okay, so once again, we have a deviation, a fake out, and we need to wait for another time when it's going to turn around. Now, if we look to the left, we've got plenty of room to go all the way up here on the 73%, okay, which is a lot of liquidity. So there is a scenario that we may see come all the way up to here, and then afterwards we're going to see the drop. Okay, that's a resistance, so we expecting that if it decides to go all the way up straight, it means that it's more likely that we're going to see another resistance up there and start dropping from there. Okay, so it's just not guaranteed. It may turn around here, but in any case, it needs to deal with a 50%. Okay, so if it comes down, it has to deal with this one. Okay, otherwise, it's going to go all the way up, trying to grab this liquidity. Okay, and after that, it's going to come down. Hopefully. Okay, you have the scenario A and B, so you know what about is going to happen. Let's have a look a little bit on Ethereum. Here is Ethereum. We got the levels 2,874. We lost that, which is the 50%. So let me clear these zones here for you to see. So you see we lost that zone and we came all the way down here. It did some liquidity grab. It took all the liquidity from the left. It's all down cleared, and after that immediately it went up. Okay, so Ethereum, I'm not going to say is reversing yet. It needs a lot of it needs a lot of price action to prove it to us that is turning around, but we still have more space to move. Okay, so the next thing, if someone wants to be bullish on Ethereum, he needs to give us some proof they can go above the 50%, okay, which is 2,874. If you want to break this down, you're more than welcome. Break this level down to see whereabouts you are. I can do this zoomed in a little bit. So here you are. It's good to match the numbers. Okay, so 2874.28, and then at the very bottom you got 237572. Okay, so we broke the internal structure and we are above the 50%. Okay, which is good. Go to a smaller time frame to 90 minutes. We passed the 50 range. Okay, so anything above the 50, remember, is always a bullish move. Okay, so look how many times it found rejection: once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times. It got rejected and now it's pushing to the upside. So yeah, Ethereum is gonna build up. If you want to take an entry, according to that, it went above the 50%, is fine. Give me 1 second, guys. Right, okay. Yeah, so on Ethereum, you need to go a bit, zoomed in a little bit if you want to trade these. It's good that you're above the 50% because you broke a major resistance. Okay, it's good that you're going above. Make sure that you enter in a solid ground on center level. Okay, so right now, if you go to smaller time frame, it's trying to test if it can hold these as a support. Okay, hold this as a support. If you're holding and then start moving, then you can, buy in because you have the conviction on the smaller time frame. You're on an uptrend and you want to take a kind of an entry. Okay, if you lose this level, right, it means it does not act as a support. Then you can close the trade and then wait until it finds a solid support, which is most likely going to happen. It's going to be the red line. Okay, this is resistance, this is resistance, this is resistance. Okay, this is the point that it flipped. So if it's going to fail, then expect a support on the red line. So I'm giving you like kind of options, like someone that wants to do a day trading to go in immediately, or someone wants to hold a little bit, have more solid grounds, maybe a higher time frame like 12 hours, 6 hours. Then you need to make sure that you're holding above the red. Okay, so since this morning, put it that way, the market is moving upwards. Okay, now I'm not trying to be very bullish here. Trying to sound all good and stuff like that. We cannot take, let's say, I cannot ignore the fact that it did this kind of dive. Okay, we're kind of expecting it. We did say it's Friday, it's the end of the week. Also, it was a closing of the January month, right? A lot of things going on. We did expect to dive, but not that much. Okay, and we know that we had major liquidations. If I switch on now the websites to see how much liquidation we had, it was quite heavy. Let's have a look a little bit on the cash flow chart and see what's going on with the rest of the market. Here it is. Let me bring that here. So what I was saying earlier this morning on the Dixie is that we had a major push to the upside. So Dixie came very strong, and that played a big role why Bitcoin was dropping. Okay, and now that Dixie, after that we have the US Open, and now that Dixie is dropping, okay, from 109 it went all the way down to 108. That it gives room for Bitcoin to grow. Okay, T1 is increasing a little bit, T3 is increasing, Dominate kind of dropping. You can see that he left behind a big wick and it's coming down. This is a smaller time frame, only 12 hours. Okay, so in general we can understand why the price of Bitcoin dropped, and that is because of Dixie. And obviously that created a cascade effect. When the price was coming down, it was kicking out the stop losses, it was kicking out liquidations. Let me bring the website to see how many liquidations that we had. Let's have a look. Let's bring the website here. Let's go to liquidations. Let's have a look. Let's go to the past 24 hours. Here it is. The past 24 hours, we had 2.3 billion. Okay, 2.3 billion liquidations, and 2 billion was in longs. Okay, half a billion, well, just under half a billion is on shorts, because everybody, this is a good one. This is a good example. Look what's going on here. Let me put this on a higher time frame. Let's put that a little bit on the 19 minutes. So all these people, let me go to Bitcoin. It will be more clear for you to see with the levels. Same rule, same thing apply on Ethereum as well. But let me show you this. You see, everyone from here, they're trying to go long. They're going long, they're going long, they're going long, they're trying to go long, they're trying to go long, they stay here, they're trying to go long, right? They're trying to go long. So all these here, you have people that they have entries, okay? And what do you have below entries? Stop losses. And what do you have below stop losses? Liquidations. And the price was going up, everyone was happy. Everyone was going long. It was above the range, and then it decided to go all the way down. So it passed the point that he lost the top of the range. Okay, that was your first invalidation point. And if you didn't act, then most likely you're going to get hit with your stop losses. And if not, you get hit with your liquidations. And it went all the way down to the bottom of the range. The drop, guys, the drop is like 10%. Okay, which means even if you were on the 10x leverage, you'll be liquidated. Okay, that drop, it kicked out anyone above, let's say, 10x leverage. Okay, so it was a tough one. And I assume this morning when people woke up and saw all that major drop, I have the understanding that a lot of people decided to short it, and now it's turning around, and that's why you have liquidations on the opposite side. Okay, so that's why we have 2.3 billion as in total, 2 billion, just under 2 billion on longs, and that's why you have half a billion in shorts, because people trying to go short now after they saw Bitcoin going to the bottom of the range. They probably didn't mark the range. They probably don't. Not everyone has this range. I assume and I expect that good traders will see this as a range, but others, if they didn't, they thought that that was a big no-no, that was going like very sharp and very hard and very quickly on the downside, and they got convinced that they need to open shorts, and this is how they got kicked out. About the Dixie on the 28th of January. Let me have a look on the Dixie. Let's have a look. Let's bring that. I see the messages here, so let's bring Dixie up. That was the message here, so I'm going to bring the message for everyone to see. So there is a gap down here that was created on the 28th. That gap, it's been taken out. Okay, so here it is. Okay, so there's no gap now here. So that has been taken out. Okay, so it came all the way past already 50% of the gap is way below. So I assume it's done. Okay, it just when you see big candles going all the way up drastically, then do expect to see pushing down on the same pace. The faster they go up, the faster they come down. Okay, you have some liquidity zones here, so it's going to reacting, it's going to come here. So either it's going to hold this level or either it's going to lose that level. Okay, go level by level. That's about Dixie. Let me see. Do we have any other gaps here? I don't have any other gaps to the left. No, I think we're okay with gaps. The only thing that we have is the CME gap. Okay, so let me see if I have the CME gap. Here it is. Okay, so this is Friday and this is Monday. Now we have a gap. Okay, so if let's mark the closing of Friday, which is the body, and then you have the opening, which is again the bottom of the body, okay, which is a bullish candle. So here's your closing on Friday and here's your opening on Monday, and this is a gap now, and it needs to fill. The same principle that you thought about Dixie is the CME gaps. Okay, so we have another gap down here, okay, which is still pending. Okay, which is around, let me put the numbers here for you, it's around 18. Okay, the bottom is going to be 77 or 78 ish, and halfway is going to be 79 and a half or 79,300, around that. So you have a gap down here, so maybe we're going to visit that gap. Okay, so far it has to deal with a new fresh gap now, so we're going to get a push to the upside. Okay, this is what's happening now, is trying to push and close the gap. Okay, between these two blue lines. So that's why we get the push to the upside. Okay, that was very drastic. You know, Bitcoin to drop so much hard. It was a cascade effect. This is how I translate it. You know, the price was coming down, then limit orders were getting executed, then stop losses orders were getting executed, and then liquidation orders were getting executed, and further down they just happened to find buying orders, limit orders, which they got executed as well. Okay, so you have a cascade of events. I'm going to leave this here on the CME, is fine. I'm going to leave this here and go back to Bitcoin. So yeah, don't panic, no rush, take things, you know, slowly, step by step. If you want to day trade and stuff like that, you know, be careful, draw your lines. Let me do again the internal structure. Right, from level to level, you see we found rejection on the 50 is coming down. This is exactly what we expected, to go to one level lower, and you're trying to see how it's going to deal with this one. It's going to be a support, or it's going to lose it and come down to the green, which is, we know, is just a 50% of the range. Is it going to come all the way down to green and then trying to push further up? Okay, so we know that it has a CME gap to fill, so there is a high possibility that we're going to reach the top of the range again. Okay, psychologically, remember what we said, we need to stay above 100. Okay, if the price is going to stay above 100, psychologically people are going to be very bullish. If they're going to see 99,000, everyone will say, oh my god, we lost the 6-digit number, so we lost the 100k, we're down to 99, which is a 5-digit number. Psychological plays around with your brain, and people, you know, they don't know what to do. You know what to do if you follow me, and in general when you follow us into the CIA, which is there is a link inside the video description. Today I've opened 10 slots, so whoever fills these 10 slots, okay, only 10 slots to come into the Discord for today. After that, it's going to be locked. We're gonna let few people coming in at the time. Okay, anyway guys, that's it about Bitcoin. I don't want you to rush into things. Everything's looking very bullish. Would you like to come down and give me some tokens for me to do like an overview for you, as a fast TA for you to see some tokens? You know, this morning we spoke about Ondo, we had some other looks on other tokens. You're more than welcome to, you know, share your tokens that you are interested for me to do the TA, and let's see, you know, how things they're gonna look. So far it's okay. Okay, we're not out of danger yet. That was a massive drop. Today it's a new week, as I said, new month. We think and we believe there's going to be a bullish one. That was a major shakeout. We need to stay above the 50%, okay, for the rest of the day, and for the week as well. We need to stay above for the rest of the week and trying to target up, you know, the top of the range, and then eventually again to have another try to stay outside of the range and hit the top of the previous all-time highs. Okay, this is the plan. Otherwise, if you see that is, you know, let's say tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, you cannot stay above the 50 and lose it, then you're going to target again that imbalance that it created down here. Okay, remember that the market goes from liquidity to liquidity, and if there is an imbalance that got upset in between, it's gonna, you know, it's gonna hand it. Right, hello everyone, let me see some of the messages. Hello Johnny, hey, nice. Hello John Burke is here. Okay, he says great deep opportunity, Johnny. Yep, that's true, it is true. Link, okay, cool, let's have a look on Link. Let's bring out Link. Nice one. Okay, so let's go to Link. I don't think I have a link here on the template, so let me go to YouTube template. Let's bring Link. That was another one that we trade that all the way down, right? VTHO. a major push to the up, very fast. Remember what we say, the faster it goes up, the faster it comes down. So we short that baby down. Anyway, so let's go to the link USD, Coinbase crypto is fine, and we're going to use crypto. Let's zoom out a little bit, go to 12 hours. Let's have a look what's going on with Link. Okay, it's looking good. Let me find a good nice impulse. I'm going to take that impulse leg, I'm going to break this down. So here it is, the very top. It's over here. Let me expand that. And let's see what I was dealing with. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to lock that, come down to a smaller time frame, 19 minutes, and let's have a look what is going on with Link. Okay, same scenario, it dropped all the way down here, and here we are. Okay, let me bring the prices closer, please. Can I have the prices closer? So we have to deal with $20.49. Okay, this is the 50% of the range. You know, you've seen which range I marked. I marked the last impulse to the upside. Okay, so that's the very bottom, that's the very top, and we are just right now attacking. You know, this is like a discount territory. Anything below the red line is like discount. Okay, anything above here is premium. So that's why it's a significant level as well. So we are dealing with a 50%. A nice correction. Maybe it's going to have a hard time. Let it come down. If it wants to come down, buy some entries here, and then trying to see if you can flip the resistance into support for you to add on or increase your leverage. Okay, that's about Link. Trump. Okay, let's do Trump. Why not? Let's do Trump. Trump. Let's have a look what's going on with Trump. I'll go with Coinbase. This is not the beginning. I don't have a lot of dinosaurs, so we don't have a full wave. Let me see if I can find elsewhere. Okay, that's a little bit better, because you have the up move and then the down move. So let me see if I can break this down. Okay, so I may need to use other kind of extensions. That's not a problem. So let me take this at the very bottom to the very top, expand that. Right, let me expand that to 500. How far will it go? Too far. Okay, bring that back to 400. No, can't even see it. 300, not even. 100. Oh, okay. 150. Give me 200. Come on. Okay, let's do 250. That's fine. Okay, and now I need to enable extension 1. Okay, I have extensions. Here we are. So Trump still in the downtrend. Okay, it's going really, I mean, it's quite obvious, right? It's a downtrend. So you're not trying to find longs yet until you have clear conviction. And so far we don't have clean short yet. So let me break down another level. So let me do this for you. Here it is. We can match the numbers for you to be pitch perfect. That would be the ideal scenario. So let's do these 22,103, and the bottom has to be 493. Here it is. I don't need extensions, so I'm going to remove the extensions. And so far Trump is holding between 22 and 12. Is holding above the 50%, which is the 17. It's a good sign, but for you to think that it's reversing, it has to break structure, which means it has to break above these areas. Okay, we need to be careful about these levels. Okay, Link, Trump. Okay, that's all right. Don't stress yourself. Don't try to get into trades when you don't understand them. You need to make sure you understand what you're doing. Okay, cash. Okay, we'll do cash as well. yeah, tomorrow is going to be the day that we're going to do the members only Zoom inside Discord. So we're going to do more live trading. Okay, and then we can also talk together and see, you know, where are your weak spots so we can refine them. Okay, but tomorrow we're going to do a live trading. So whoever wants to join us, only 10 slots or 10 spots, let's say, we've got, you know, free on Discord. You're more than welcome to join us. We have a nice community there. We have a Greek speaking community. We have a English speaking community. Soon more to follow, and we do these like market updates every day. Usually I do them all on the morning, but today I had to change the schedule. I apologize for that, but you know, even that is a bit late. I wanted to be here to make sure that I do this update even inside the US session. It doesn't matter, it doesn't bother me. So yeah, for Trump, is, you know, that was a nice consolidation. Okay, and it's breaking out the consolidation. This is good, nice bullish sign that, you know, it wants to stay above the 50% of the range. That's all good. But in order, you know, for you to recover all these, okay, to recover all this downtrend, you need to make sure that you start breaking structure. Okay, so what is the structure? I mean, even the 90-minute, let me demonstrate. Okay, so you need to use the path tool. It's a very nice little tool. So the price comes down, then it pushes up, okay, and then it comes down again, and then it's pushing up. For you to break structure, you need to make sure that you're breaking the previous high. So you need to see the price going higher than the previous one, okay, come back to retest this resistance to a support, and then continue. When you get this kind of structure, then you can talk about reversal. So far we are not anywhere near reversals, okay. So don't try to force yourself to go into long when you don't have a clear indication of it. Okay. So far, what do I have? A downtrend. I mean, do I see a smaller correction? I do. Even though you need to be more strict. Even though that you see this kind of thing. Okay. A lot of people will fall for this and say, oh, we're going up. We're going to break this structure. Originally, it's that one here. And why is that? I mean, why did I not take in consideration? Why did I not consider this? The reason why I'm not considering this is because that was my low. So that's my lowest point. It goes all the way up, it gives me a new high, and then it needs to break that level to go further down. And I got a new low. So that, it is not a low. Okay, it is not like a decent correction. Okay, it is structure, you know, like inside of a move like this. I prefer to see it that way. It is more solid. Okay, so this is my low, this is my high, this is my low, and now I'm waiting to see what kind of a high will I get. Will I get a lower high, or will I go all the way up here to create a new higher high, and then, you know, get the reversal? So don't rush. If you want to get a cheeky entry and stuff like that, you need to have a really small position with 1x leverage for you to give room in case he wants to carry on, because you are still in the downtrend. Okay, so be careful. We monitor the levels, we go level by level. This is a good sign that it wants to stay above the 50. It's a good sign, but it needs to carry on. Okay, because maybe it's going to run out of steam and it's going to come back again, and then, you know, we're going to be sad again. So yeah, that's about Trump. We spoke about Link. Let's go to cash. Here we are. Cash. Let's do this very quickly. Let's go to a bit higher time frame. Let me find a nice impulse. Oh dear. Okay, this is weekly. Can I? Yeah, I can take this big impulse from here to there with a big correction, and then I can enable the extensions. It makes sense. It's fine. Here it is. That's the lowest point of the impulse, and nice big, nice clean impulse. You can use that impulse as well. It's fine. You can use that impulse with that correction. It's absolutely fine. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. Because the price came all the way down here, I'd rather take this impulse, right, to make sure that I have lower lines. Because if I start here you see that the price went, let me mark this so you can see. If I use this impulse, I have price action below my levels. So I'd rather go a little bit to the left and grab a previous impulse. Let me expand that to the right. This is where the price is. If I need to enable extensions, we can enable number 1. It will give you more levels above. If you need more, go to template number 2. And it depends which way you want it. Just reverse it. And now you have plenty levels above as well. So now that you're happy, I'm always happy. I'm a happy man. So here it is. Lock that down. Go down to the daily if you wish, and then you can see how the price action is, treating these lines, these levels. Okay, now you're above the 50% is good. Go down to a smaller time frame, go down to 90 minutes. This is what we see now. You see, it went all the way down, and now we are above the 50%. Okay, so we need to hold this. It's kind of giving us a sign that it wants to hold. That's not a problem. If you got an entry, fine. You need to go level by level. Okay. Again, if you want to see a reversal, unfortunately, because the dive was quite big, we need to wait and break this level. Okay, so you need to see that it's clearing this level and turning around. Okay, breaking this structure and then target these highs and then go further up. Okay, you need to be a bit more strict. You can get an entry, that's not a problem. You can get an entry now with like nice position. If you're not comfortable with 100% of the money that you want to invest in cash, then you can do like 30%, 40%, okay? And you can start with 1x leverage to give you space and room in case it wants to go lower. In general, my idea, my thesis is if I see this as a support, I want to make sure, I'm not losing it. If I'm going to lose this, then I'm going to close the trade. I don't need to have big threshold. But because this is your beginning and always the start of a trade is always the most difficult time. It's exactly with the races when you have, let's say, people doing a race. So you have one guy that wants to race to the right. You have another guy here. So you have the line, okay? And everyone wants to run. Now we're going on the Olympics, okay? So this is a sprint run, okay? So they're all on the line. The most difficult part is the beginning, okay? After that, they've made 5-6 steps, right? And, they move away and they pick up speed. The next phase is for them to keep the pace until they reach the end line, okay? But the very beginning is where all the mistakes can happen. So it's the same thing with your trading, okay? The very beginning, the first stage is the most difficult one. When to enter, how to enter, what's your position, what is your leverage. You need the price to move, okay? You need the price to move away from your entry to gain distance for you to feel comfortable. If you have an entry here and then the price is just consolidating, it's going to give you like, kind of a panic and say, okay, what's going on here, So it's going to be a little bit tough one. So please be careful, okay? The most difficult part is it's the beginning. Right, okay, that's a good advice. I'll be going staying up late. Nice one. Okay, cool. Hello, Jane. Hello. That's a nice surprise. Welcome. We're all happy here to see you. That's true. Nice. Hello. Right. Nice stuff. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the support. So we've seen Cass, we've seen Trump, we've seen Link. You get the idea. We always have the same kind of approach, okay? No matter what time frame you are, here are the levels, okay? You need to see that you're breaking the structures, okay? Now, for you to stay above the 50%, even with a small deviation, but it claims the 50% is a good sign, okay? It's a good sign. You just need to see a continuation, okay? If you want to enter here, fine. get a small position, make sure that you go with very, very low leverage, because it may come back to test the support, okay? Otherwise, it's going to continue, or maybe it's going to continue from here straight away. But act this as a resistance, see what's going to happen. If it's going to flip it, good sign. You may continue and go level by level, okay? This is always the same approach that I do every single time, okay? This is how I do the TA. Nice and easy, very quickly, very effective. Another token. Give me one more token and then I have to wrap up. Let's go back a little bit. Let's see what Ondo is doing. Okay, this is what we've seen Ondo this morning. It was claiming levels, and this morning we were around this area. So what I said this morning, that we are hitting resistance. We need to see Ondo go above. Okay, so now Ondo went above. Now it's coming down. I'm gonna give it some time to cool off and make sure it stays above. We need to see a retest. Okay, we need to see the flip. That resistance now is going to act as a support. That's going to be a nice thing. And then Ondo, if you're holding support here, then you can build your position and go a little bit higher. Okay, don't rush into trades. Make sure that you see things what you meant to see. Okay, not to trying to force yourself to see things that are not there. Be careful. Don't fall into traps. Okay. So anyway, Ondo is inside the buy zone. It's a good thing, but we need to make sure that it stays above 126. Okay. No, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. Παρακαλώ. That's the Ondo. We can see the bubbles as well. Have a quick look on the bubbles and see, who's moving, what's not moving. So let's go to bubbles. Let's see a bit of fear index, how the fear index is doing today. I think everybody got scared. Yeah, from 60 all the way down to 44. Right, so 60 was in the weekend, 71 was Friday. Okay, so Friday was 71, now it's 44. Okay, that is good. That's good. When it goes to the red and everyone panics, this is the time that we want to go in. Right, you know about the clocks, you know what time it is. We are inside the US. London closed, European station closed, so you are 100% in the US. That is all good, all good. And let's have a look on the bubbles. Okay, let's go to top 100 tokens on the day. Performance day, that looks good. Okay, nice. So we got Filecoin 37%. You got Hype, nice one. You got Mantra OM, that's a nice one. XCN, that's a nice one. ENA, it's good. Right, so they're gonna recover. I mean, we are under the 20%. Okay, this morning it was like 50%. So yeah, they're trying to recover. They're going to take some time, but they're trying to recover. Someone recover very quickly. Dexa, Filecoin, Hive, Mantra, XCN, stuff like Ondo. Here it is, it's green one. So yeah, not bad. So you can see who's moving. So let's have a look on Hive. I believe we've got Hype over here. So let's bring Hype up and let's have a look. And here it is. This is on the 12 hours. Not bad at all. So this is Hype. It's above the 50% of the range, which is very, very good. You see that? How long is battling with this 50% of the range? It went above the 50% of the fib. Okay, so it's looking good. Found some resistance here on the 25.9. You need to wait and see what's going to happen. Okay, we're doing an overview, but if you're thinking to get into Hype now, so to say, like as a timing wise, you need to make sure that you claim this level. Otherwise, you need to let it come down and make sure you stay above the range. If it behaves and stays above the range, okay, and then consolidates, then you can build a position and see if you manage to break above 25.9. Okay, new trend. Okay, so you have a new trend. It's looking good. Okay, until until it gets broken. Right. Okay, so we've seen hive as well. Can we see wave? Why not? We can see wave. May I ask where the Zoom link is going to come out tomorrow? Okay, and it's going to be inside the announcements. It's not going to be on the events, so I'm going to do an announcement where the Zoom is going to be. Okay. It's going to be live trading. Okay, but only for members. It's going to be exclusive for members only. Wave. Let's have a look on wave. Wave. Where is the wave? No, I don't have wave. How come? So let's go and find wave. Let's have a look. Not on Kraken. It's not bad. I'll leave it. I don't usually like going into exchanges. I like to go more neutral. So here's wave. Okay. Drop below. No worries. We've got to enable the extensions. There's no extensions enabled, so let me enable the extensions. Go style. Go template. And go to extension number 2. And here we are. Okay. So all looking good. So yeah, I mean, that was the last impulse. That was a very low, that was a very high. Since then it's doing correction. We lost at 50%. We even lost at 0% at the very beginning. We're all the way below this. It found a resistance, okay, as a rejection point, as a support, so to say. We found some resistance in these levels, like a 0.61. Okay, so let's see what's going to happen afterwards. This is a 12 hours. Let's go to the 19-minute. I can even, break this level here. Let me do extension number 4. That'll be fine. So I have to battle with that 50%. Okay. For me to start thinking positive about WIF, I need to see WIF being strong, break above the 50, target the top of this zone, and then trying to flip it, support, and then carry on. Okay. Otherwise, if it's going to find hard time to go above the 50%, then it's going to come down again, maybe retest, maybe it's going to continue, or maybe it's going to break from here. You need to go level by level. Okay. So far, it's battling with a 50%. You need to wait and see. It's still in a downtrend, big time. Okay, I mean, look at that. And the reason is because it's a meme coin, and there is no real purpose behind it, and it's like a kind of fashion thing. Okay, we had the Zoo Kingdom, meme coins, and then now lately we have the celebrity meme coins. So everyone is dubbing the dogs and cats and frogs and chickens and goats, and they go into meme coins to Trump, Melania, and stuff like that. Other kind of meme coins. Solana. Let me see Solana. Solana. It's here. And frogs. Yeah, that's the one. Frogs. Pepe. Right. Okay. So they all got destroyed now because people just move. The hype changed. People move forward to other kind of things. Unfortunately, with this kind of nonsense tokens projects, right? When you don't have something purpose behind it, it's a hype. One day goes up, the next day goes down. People get bored. They want tokens that they move. They don't want tokens that they're not moving. Okay, I'm not saying that it's going to die completely, but they faced a major drop, didn't they? So Solana, it went a bit below. That's fine. Let me just observe a little bit how far did it go down. So let me do this very, very quickly. Okay, above the 50, not bad. Okay, so it claimed 196. Okay, and it's trying to go above higher. So let me do smaller time frames. Here you have it. So we are 208. Zoo Kingdom, that's correct. So this is what we're dealing with, 208. Okay, what we would like to see. Okay, we would like to see. I mean, this is a very good sign. It's trying to push up. Okay, but because it's going into liquidity zones, it's going to get influenced. Okay, we've got another zone up there. So what I would like to see, if Solana is going to be strong, I would like to see it come above the 50%, take that liquidity, maybe at the beginning before it's going to flip to support. Maybe it's going to find some resistance, come down a little bit, and then come back, and then flip it a bit later. Okay, that's not bad, but you know, I'll be very, very excited when I see Solana above 212. Again, it's not a problem for you to go in now, but if you're failing to claim this level, make sure when you find support, okay? It's better for you to enter always when you get very close to the support. Is the support going to be 204 or is the support going to be 200? You don't know. You have some imbalance here. It will make sense to come down to clear this imbalance. There's another imbalance down here. Will it come all the way down to clear this imbalance because you have another imbalance over there? So you've got liquidity all over the place. You have liquidity here, you have liquidity there, you've got liquidity there. So you know that you have multiple attractions for the price, okay? The only thing that you don't know is which way it's going to get pushed. It's going to go in which liquidity, which direction it's going to go. It's going to go higher, it's going to go lower. And that's why we have the lines for you to observe very quickly. If it wants to go higher, what are you going to observe? You're going to observe that you're claiming levels. If it wants to drop, it means you're going to lose levels. So you take decision according to these like two lines. I've got this as a support, I've got this as resistance. Plan A, if it goes above, I take it as a long. Plan B, if it wants to go lower, I take this one. Here it's like a dead zone. I'm not doing anything, just observing. And this is again with timing. Okay, you just entered here, you open the chart here, and you see these right now on the chart. It's fine. Here's your first line. This is another line. So take this as a two trigger. You have one trigger here, second trigger here. If it goes above, trying to claim and treat as a support, then you trigger longs. If you lose this level and come down, you meant to stay there, but it didn't, so you lost it. So it's good for you to short. Short-term trades is fine. Okay, go level by level. Practice a little bit. And at the beginning, as I said, do this little trick. Trying to start, you know, easy. If you wanna stay there for long, like a couple days or weeks, do a swing trade. Make sure you ease your way in. Okay, make sure you have a good position but low leverage. Okay, low leverage. 1, 2. Give room to your trade. Okay, and then the further it gets distant from the entry, it gets away from your entry, then you can increase your position or you can increase your leverage. If you're doing day trading, it's a different story. You just go to a smaller time frame, find a trend and grab it level by level. Right. Okay. That's it for me today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. A little bit different. We didn't go all over the place. We just focused because US was moving. So I wanted to focus to make sure that we see things now that they move. So you may see a trade for you to take instead of me taking, you know, go through all the charts and talk about fundamentals and how we see cash flow. We don't need this. You know all of this. Let's do something more, you know, fascinating, more faster, because now the US is open, it's moving. You need to make sure you make money. Right, okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much again. Tomorrow, we're going to have, as a Tuesday, the market, you know, we're going to do the market update in the morning. We're going to have a little bit better view of what Monday gave us. So we're going to have the new week, the new weekly open, so to say. We're going to have the Monday range. We're going to see what's going on. And then from Tuesday, we can see how we're going to trade for the rest of the week. In the evening, we're going to do the live trading. So it's going to be towards the US session. Okay, and we're going to have some fun and see if we can scalp. We're going to use smaller time frames for us to practice. We need to make sure that the eyes can see the patterns, you know, the directions, the trends. And for us, it's not so much about trading and making money. It's more for training purposes, to make sure you understand what do you need to see, how you do the TA, and when do you take the decision for you to take a trade, when you pull the trigger. So we're going to practice that and exercise that when you take the trigger, okay, when you pull the trigger for you to get in, or when to stop a trade because you got triggered by your invalidation point, okay? And we're going to exercise this quite often, okay? We're going to do that twice a week, but within that session, we're going to do that, I believe we're going to do like 2, 3, 4 trades, you know, smaller time frames, and we can exercise this, and you get used to it. Right, okay guys, I'll see you all tomorrow in Zoom Insights, okay? And for the rest of the people, we're going to be here every morning. Let's talk about GMT time. I'm doing the Greek version at 7 GMT time, and then I do 9 o'clock the British version, which is the English speaking version of it. So far so good. I believe everyone's excited, everyone good. Okay, I hope you do. I hope you like this session, and I shall see you all tomorrow. Have a nice one, have a good one. I'll see you very, very soon.